Hi Cancer, welcome to my channel Live Life in Tarot. This reading is for all Cancer Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter signs. We're taking a look at your weekly forecast for February 11 to February 15, 2019, comprehensive forecast for your week ahead. I've already shuffled the cards and laid out the spread, as well as your guidance and advice with what's coming towards you in the week ahead. We'll pull additional clarifiers as we go. So let's take a look at what's going on for you, Cancer. Okay, Cancer. The theme of the week for you is food. What is no longer sustaining you in real life, Cancer? Where do you see yourself in the food chain, Cancer? Is your life abundant, or are you lacking in any area, Cancer? This is the theme of the week for you. Food. What will help you in your theme of the week? You have contemplation. Contemplation. This is air energy of the Four of Swords. So what can help you with your theme of the week is this contemplation. And so, Cancer, you're encouraged to think before making a choice. Take the time to meditate or reflect on a situation. Reserve the right to consider options before rendering a decision. Take a break and put off any final decision that you do not have peace or are comfortable making until you do. The caution with this Four of Swords or contemplation energy is making snap judgments, being caught sleeping during new developments, refusing to make a choice, getting caught up in the rat race, action based entirely on reflex instead of consideration and thinking and discernment, arguments that are designed to bog down progress or stifle disagreements that you can cause within yourself or in your communication with others. So, Cancer, your focus is, you have Temperance. This is your focus for the week. Temperance is the major arcana. It's fire energy. Some of you are dealing with the Sagittarius. But with Temperance, the focus is for you to see what the opportunities are and have balance with the choices you make around opportunities or offers you give or offers you receive. But to maintain balance in your actions, to be patient, to have self-control, and to not be out of balance, or wherever balance is needed for you to secure balance and maintain stability through your actions. The energy that you are embodying, Cancer, is you have the Knight of Pentacles with the Queen of Chalices. So Knights bring about events, and this Knight of Pentacles energy that you are embodying, I feel that as it is earth energy, it's about being practical, responsible, reliable, methodical, strategic, movement, but taking your time as you move through the things you're dealing with in your world. And with that Queen of Cups energy, which is water energy, feelings and emotions, I feel that it's very important for you to also follow your intuition, to stay balanced, to not be codependent on others, but when you feel that you need assistance or some sort of help is required, to discern that you need that help but also discern who you choose to get that help from. So not everyone that can help should be allowed to. And the same for you. Even though you may be able to help everyone, it's the time for you to slow down. I feel that Cancer, many of you have been doing a lot for others and been very busy. And with this Knight of Pentacles, I feel that you may need to slow down your efforts and actions as it has to do with you being there and available to others. And focus on your own emotional well-being and stability. For others of you, I feel that you are emotionally imbalanced, and as a result of being emotionally imbalanced, you are not making a move on the things that you need to take care of, or you're not being practical, or you're being stubborn. I do feel some of you may be being stubborn this week, or some of you may need to be more rigid and unmoving in a situation if it doesn't allow you to have emotional balance or feel comfortable about something. Now, as it has to do with what's going on in your work, you have this Ace of Swords along with the Page of Swords. Both of these are air energy. And air energies, when you have two air energies, they intensify each other, they strengthen each other. So I feel with the Ace of Swords and the Page of Swords in your work, there's a need for you to have clarity, or a need for you to have the conversation, to have some bullshit that's going on being cut out. But not only if you are looking to address something and gain clarity or have a conversation in order to bring an end to something, you want to have some tact in your communication and diplomacy. You don't want to be sharp and off-putting in your communication with regard to something that you want to deal with at work. For some of you, you're dealing with someone who is being very difficult in terms of harsh communication towards you, and it's like they're bringing down the hammer or the axe on, the workload and the work that you're doing. And so you feel that some of you may be feeling like you are being singled out, or you're being attacked with regard to work, because you're receiving some sort of harsh communication, or you're receiving some sort of scrutiny around your work. Okay? Others of you feel that there should be more scrutiny with regard to work, and some sort of new idea or plan of action that is firmly needed to be put in place and enforced in order to bring some bullshit to an end, or to have some sort of breakthrough. I also feel that for some of you, you're dealing with some sort of challenges with others, or challenges to do with work, but there's a need to communicate, or those challenges are occurring for you at work because there's a lack of communication or a lack of clarity. For some of you, there's challenges at work because of the clarity or communication that you receive that is harsh and off-putting. As it has to do with your home and family, Cancer, you have the Six of Wands with the Seven of Pentacles. This is a really good combination here. With the Six of Wands, this is about action, inspiration. This is about victory over challenges through your actions. This is about receiving recognition or the lack of receiving recognition. And with the Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles is earth energy. This talks about putting in the energy and effort and investing in your home and family. Deciding what needs to be done and doing it. Putting in all the hard work to make sure that you see a good return in your efforts. But there is also assessing or needing to assess. So I feel as it has to do with your home and family, Cancer. You're having victory in your home and family circumstances because you have been putting in the energy and effort, and you've been assessing your home situation and doing what you need to do to make sure that you have the victory, and that whatever needs to be done, you've been taking the actions. You are taking the actions this week as you recognize through your assessment what needs to be done, and you gain victory from that. Others of you, there's a lack of you having victory because you having a lack of recognizing what needs to have your energy and effort invested into, because you are lacking to assess and review and look at what's going on with home or as it has to do with family in order to recognize and know what actions you need to take so that you can get rid of any challenges that's going on for you as it has to do with work. As it has to do with home. For some, I guess for some of you, because I said work, you need to make an assessment of how much work you're doing, putting into your job or putting into what you're working on, as it has to do with your home and family, and recognize that there needs to be more energy and effort put into the home, or more of a healthy balance between your work and your responsibilities at home. And you need to recognize that. Or some of you are lacking and not recognizing that you are starting to have an imbalance with home because of all the energy and effort you're putting into your work. And you need to take the time to try to recognize that and see that and address it. Some of you are having a victory because you are now seeing a return on all of your efforts, and your actions to avoid strife or to come out of strife have been successful. Now, Cancer, as it has to do with your money and finances, you got this fucking Five of Wands with the Three of Pentacles. Y'all gonna have to work on that shit. I don't know what you're doing, but you're gonna have to work on that shit and bring about some change. Now, for others of you, you are working on it, and changes are happening, changes are occurring. But with the Five of Wands, this is challenging energy, this is strife, this is conflict. But the way to solve the strife or the conflict that's occurring with your money and finances is finding the appropriate action that will bring about that change. Now, along with that Five of Wands, you got this Three of Pentacles, and Three of Pentacles is earth energy. It's about what you're building, what you're creating, what you are getting support on, what you're not getting support on, what you're unable to build, what you're unable to create. And I feel around your money and finances that some of you are experiencing challenges with your money and finances because your money is being cut due to your actions or due to someone else's actions in how using money, or there was a lack of clarity or a lack of focus on what's needed or what's not, opposed to what's not needed. And so now there is strife around your money and finances, and there's a need to work on it. For others of you, there is strife and challenges around money because you failed to work on the money and finances to avoid any strife or challenges to come up, and you avoid having the clarity about what's going on with your money, like you weren't even looking at the details. You weren't being consistent in keeping an eye on your money and balancing your accounts from what you're spending what's coming and going with your money and finances, and you fail to work on it. Some of you, you having challenges with your money because the way that you work out your finances is chaotic. It doesn't have a rhyme or reason to that shit. It don't make sense. And so your money is reflecting that, those challenges and issues with how you work with your money. For others of you, there's a change with your money and finances because you are working on it. You're cleaning up your act with how you're managing your money. Some of you are getting support to work on cleaning up whatever mess is going on with your money and finances to improve it. Others of you are starting to see progress with the actions you've taken to bring about better circumstances with your money and finances so that you can have more stability and security. Some of you need to create more stability and security with your money and finances and need to make some changes. Others of you have made changes and you now are experiencing more stability and security around your money and finances. But to do any of this, it requires your action and your practical approach and ideas, but also for you to be able to know what to cut away that no longer serves you or that is not necessary or needed. And you have to have like a cutthroat approach to doing that, because I feel for some of you, you have a hard time eliminating things from your budget or things that you have in mind to purchase that really you could put off for the sake of, improving your money situation. And so you need to have a real diligent and emotionally detached attitude towards your money in order to balance it, in order to make the right actions. And some of you, there's a need for you to be a little more patient with yourself about the changes you've implemented in order to create more structure and to have better success with trying to balance your money, because it's not something that is going to happen just as soon as you implement the change. You got to continue at it and continue to temper it and tweak it and continue to modify your actions in order for you to really see what you're working on work for you. Now, as it has to do with your relationships and love, or relationships in general, Cancer, you have this Four of Chalices with the Ten of Wands. So the Four of Chalices is water energy, emotions, and feelings. This talks about being dissatisfied, unhappy with the status quo, not happy with what you have, a missed opportunity, needing an opportunity. And with the Ten of Wands, that talks about fire energy, action, feeling burdened. So I feel with your relationships, excuse me, Cancer, with your relationships with this Four of Chalices, I feel that for many of you, your relationships are actually improving. I feel that it's becoming more balanced, at least you feeling more emotionally balanced towards some of your relationships. I feel it's because whatever has been burdening you or weighing on you about your relationships, certain relationships, that has come to an end. You're able to release it or let it go. For others of you, you are disappointed with your relationships, some of your relationships. I feel because you are doing too much in a relationship and it is taking from you emotionally and physically, and you're not able to replenish, and it's causing you emotional imbalance because you are recognizing this, realizing this. And so you want to take action to come out of these issues. And I feel that many of you are either choosing to relieve yourself of some of these responsibilities or burdens, or some of these responsibilities or issues are coming to an end in some way. But for many of you, this is based on your energy and effort. Some of you need to just stop investing in relationships that you feel overburdened by or not reciprocated by. And some of you have been too lazy and not doing shit in your relationships, and you're not happy with it, but it's because people are tired of you and your shit. They can't count on you. You're not responsible. You're not being reliable, some of you. And so you're not investing into the relationships. And so your relationships are starting to not invest in you. Now, as it has to do with the unexpected that's coming towards you, Cancer, that you need to know about, you have the Four of Pentacles with this Page of Wands. So the Four of Pentacles is earth energy. It's about stability, security. It's about whatever you are focused on in your world, and it's security and stability for you. And with the Page of Wands, this here is fire energy, new energy of action to go in a new direction. For some, this is news or message that comes in with regard to your stability and security. So I feel with the Four of Pentacles and the Knave of Wands, or the Page of Wands is here, I feel that there is, some of you are feeling stuck and you're not sure how to take action and go forward. Some of you, you're stuck because there's something you need to sacrifice and you don't want to do that. And so you're feeling stuck. Others of you, you are gaining more stability and security because you are choosing to sacrifice some things in order to achieve it, and you are doing so. Now, let's take a look, Cancer, at what your guidance and advice is with these energies you're dealing with for your week ahead. And you have awakening. Your consciousness is awakening. You are becoming attuned to the messages of the spirit and nature. Trust your psychic abilities. Awakening, that is your guidance. Follow your intuition. Trust your gut instincts. Now, what can help you with awakening, that is your guidance, your additional advice that you have, Cancer, is you have effort. And effort is the Eight of Pentacles. So with effort, what you're encouraged to do is be productive, pay attention to details, fulfill your promises, isolate yourself to focus on the work that needs to be done so you're not distracted and that you don't fuck it up. Complete your assignments. Identify what's needed to get something done and do it. Work on things now so you can play later. Don't put shit off that you know you need to do because you're trying to do something else. Now, the caution with this Eight of Pentacles or effort is measuring worth strictly by productivity, getting caught up in or obsessed with details and overanalyzing, forgetting the ultimate purpose of what you're working on, and your work being purposeless or your efforts being purposeless, valuing quantity over quality. Sometimes less is more. I hope these messages help. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.